Let us look at what people call uncertainty over tangible results. There are citizens who feel that the move was purely political, that the move from PDP to APC was purely political. Some way that the case may not trickle down to the ordinary people. What assurance can you give them? And how is the state ensuring that political alignment translates into real development? And before you answer, they also argue that joining APC may not translate into real development, pointing out that other APC-led states where development has not significantly improved despite aligning with the center. And that the bold initiative was done because he's Peter Mba, not because he had joined APC.
Okay, thank you. I'll take it from the last. I like the word you used. The bold decisions and projects were because it is Peter Mba. He is the one that has the dreams and the ideas of what he wants to do. And I'll just go back to what I've said earlier on. The people of Enugu State should not lose any sleep because His Excellency had joined a new political party. For me, I always say politics is like a vehicle. If you're traveling to Onitsha and you board a vehicle and along the 9th mile or Oka, the vehicle has issue, your best bet is to alight from that vehicle and look for an alternative vehicle that is going towards your direction. So you'll be able to get to Onitsha on time to transact whatever business that is taking you there. So we arrived our destination with a political vehicle called PDP. And you and I, nobody seems to be discussing the current state of that vehicle called PDP, whether it's still in motion or not. Now, it is politics. That is what it is. So once you're in politics, people will always find ways to knock you on the head. So I want to assure them, like you said, these projects and programs, like I said before, was being done because it is Peter Mba's idea and vision for the people of Enugu State to bring tomorrow down to today, to move the people of Enugu State, especially our children, into the AI world, where the world is transitioning to move them from the analog system of learning in our schools to a digital system of learning, where you will be able to train people that will have the mind to solve problems. That is Peter Mba. That is Peter Mba that are looking into Enugu to make sure by 2026 going forward that we can attract up to 3.5 million visitors to Enugu State. It is not about party. It is his vision.
So he could have done it in another party.
He could have done it in any party.
Outside APC.
I agree. So what is their problem? Why is the issue is with APC?
They've just felt that APC has been one leprous finger in
Well, I agree. If you have leprosy in a particular finger and you find a doctor that can cure the finger and he removes the leprosy, your hand becomes well. That's the issue. Party is human being. Maybe the people that used to be in APC had that leprosy. We've been able to join them to cleanse them so that they now become clean in APC. And then the program has nothing to do with party. So the people in the grassroots, Peter Mba's program has always been grassroots based. All the projects he enunciates are grassroots based. So there is no fear concerning how this development will continue to trickle down. I repeat myself, nothing has changed in Peter Mba's determination to change the face of Enugu, to turn Enugu into a tourism center. That before the end of next year, a lot of tourism sites will come alive in Enugu that will keep on bringing visitors and bringing in a revenue into the state.
Okay, democracy is such a beautiful thing, and democracy can only thrive when you have a viable opposition. anywhere in the world. If you take a look at the United States of America, there are basically two political parties. One is a Republican, the other is a Democrat. And when the other is in power, the other forms a very strong opposition. Well, critics also argue, and very vehemently, that the marked defection, okay, said by Peter Mba, the ruling party, had weakened democratic accountability and the vital role of the opposition in a multi-party system. He took honorable members from the Labour Party, he took from the PDP, and rolled all of them into APC. By that single stroke, unconsciously, so to speak, he had weakened the opposition in the state. Political advisor, what do you say to that?
Yeah, what I would say to that is that what is people coming into power, what is their idea? What do they have in mind? Is it to deliver the dividends of democracy to the people? Is it to give service to the people? If you actually join a government and you find out that the leader of that government is doing what exactly you have in mind, we have some that contested governorship with His Excellency who have now come to say, yes, I had intention to have done these things in it, but you are doing it, if not better than what we had. So the only thing such a person could do is now to lend their support than forming a distraction. That is what his opposition does. I agree, for democracy and government accountability, there should be a formidable opposition. What His Excellency has done is like telling you his intentions. He has not coerced anybody. I've not heard that he forced anybody to join him to APC. I don't even believe that all the people in Enugu State have joined APC. The parties are still there. The Labour is still a party on its own. You are talking of PDP. PDP is still there. They have two PDPs, so they can find one of them to join. And the Accord is the Apple guys. The opposition. So why must it be that Peter Mba move that will kill opposition? If that is the issue, then in the first instance there was no opposition. Is the opposition only in APC?
The opposition was in APC.
The opposition was only in APC.
Yes.
and then they now accepted us. So we defeated them. We already conquered the opposition. So is it not a contest?
Okay, let's just talk about the youth of this state. How is this new political alignment? You know, you are almost at the driving seat of trying to ensure. My late friend Sabi Jacob would say that the raw material for politics is on the money.
Very true.
That's the raw material. That's exactly what you are harnessing. You are the one managing the raw material, and the youth is a critical part of that people. So this alignment, how is it attracting job to the youth? One, access to federal appointments, programs, inclusion, international opportunity. Are there things that you see that has happened so far that points that the youth are properly engaged, and that of course federal empowerment will get to the grassroots?
Yeah, I agree. His Excellency the Governor has a lot of programs that, for the youths. There has been a lot of trainings through the SME, championed by my colleague Chilo Ofia. There have been a number of trainings and empowerment, especially on the digital aspect of it, that the youths are being engaged. Even as we speak, I know there are many trainings that are going on. So the youths, those that are interested, because I must draw that line. When you talk about youths, there are youths who do not really want to be gainfully employed because they have been exposed to one form of get rich quick or the other. So, but those ones that are asking questions, that are interested, there's programs. They can visit the office and then align themselves into one of these programs. And like I said here before now, even from the presidency, we are now setting up the structure to capture 1,000 youths per ward. the president has a program that will connect and cover the 8,009 political wards in Nigeria. Each ward having 1,000 people that are going to be lifted out of poverty. We believe giving people money is one. Then it might not be all that will make good use of that money, but the greater percentage will certainly survive with it. So it's a program, and when I'm talking about this empowerment, if everything works out, it's not an empowerment of 50,000. It's something that they will move in for the next 10 months or thereabout. Their businesses will be injected in some level of capital. So having said that, His Excellency government has the youth at heart. So we are working with the youths, hoping that even when you look at the level of local government chairmen we have, look at these are youthful people, and so it is across even most of the appointments. So it's a youth-friendly government.
Okay, I have just two more questions before I let you go. One is I want to address in Enugu, and in very clear terms, tell them what they should expect the next few months or years of Peter Mbah and Enugu's adjoining APC. What major projects, partnerships, and political dividends are in the pipeline for Enugu? Because you see, any nation is here so now that Enugu is in APC, well, of course, you know the minority will have their say, the majority will have their way. That's part of democracy. So, what should they expect?
What they should expect is an Enugu that before this time next year will have the first zip line in this part of the world. Enugu that most of the tourism areas will come alive. Enugu state that will host the National Sports Festival next year. Enugu that by next year, most of the roads that have been awarded will be completed. And I tell you that between next week and January, more roads will equally be awarded. Enugu that in the next less than 1 year to come will house a 5-star hotel. Enugu that will in the few months to come will minimize the health tourism by having an operational international hospital. Enugu state that will witness influx of people by the end, but between now and first quarter of next year, the Enugu Air, the fleet will increase. Hopefully before the end of next year, we'll have more than 20 aircraft in the Enugu Air. These are the programs and projects of His Excellency that is aspiring to deliver to the Enugu. So that is what we expect. The Enugu between now and next year, that all the 260 smart schools will be functional, that all the 8 technical schools will be up and running. Then other secondary schools, each secondary school will have another smart secondary school per local government. And then each of the federal constituencies will house a smart technical school like what we have at GTC today. So this is the Peter Mbah administration that we're expecting in the next 1 year. That all he has said in the budget is a man that matches his statements with action. So that is the Enugu I am enjoining them, that will see and witness Enugu that is well secured more than as it is today, with the improvement of equipment in helping the security situation of Enugu. No society is free from crime, but what the government can do is to reduce at the rate with which it happens. And Peter Mbah is committed with that the Command and Control Center in conjunction and connection with all the DRS and the drones and other apparatus that are churning out, will get it more secured for the citizens and the investors to come into.
Finally, just 2 days ago, thereabouts, Enugu woke up to a bang from the Commissioner of Transport. I had one person say, Che, so almost against removing you know, where you use keke to go and get either food or something, Gab will just Che. Then when we are now, so the commissioner boldly outlined major routes in Enugu that buses and keke will no longer operate. It will give way to taxis and of course ACNG buses. Still again, like joining the APC, this is divided. For if you that enlightened, that's what you find in very civilized climes. To others, they said in an attempt to beautify the city of making we should not deny people of their means of livelihood. Can you speak to that?
Yes, I'll speak to that because change is always difficult. And when you try to bring some innovation, there will always be resistance because people have gotten used to a particular way of life. But we cannot continue like that. In as much as the keke and the mini buses are providing means of livelihood to thousands of people, we should not lose sight to the inconveniences and the menace they are causing too. If we remove these small buses and keke within the urban city, within the routes outlined, one thing I can tell you for free is that those that are using that shuttle buses and keke to snatch people's money and commit crimes, that one will reduce.
In the but you were sending them to the rural areas.
Oh sure, I said you can't run away from, but at least it will reduce within those areas.
And maybe increase the other side.
Well, we will continue to battle it. So I remember we all were in this state when the government then decided to stop Okada. Okada was the intern. We don't know about keke. So when the government said we want to stop Okada, this same cry came up. People started shouting it will increase crime, people will be denied their means of livelihood. But the government, knowing that what they had better intention for the people, stood their ground and they moved Okada out of the roads. It reduced the number of people going to orthopedic hospital with their legs broken, and they embraced keke. Gradually, mini bus joined. So we now get used to it. And our government is saying, let's sanitize this urban, these major routes, not all the places, very few routes. Let's use it as a test run and see how it's going to go. Naturally, people will shout, people will feel, because they are used to that. The person that is lamenting or decrying, you can't get somebody. They are dispatch riders, they have not been banned. These are people licensed to run errands. So you can contact one of the companies.
To get an errand.
No, well, keke errand have a registered errand keke. So there will be cabs. So the cabs are not banned. So you can always convert your customer from keke to a cab driver and still send the cab driver on an errand and it delivers. So it is just all these things. Yes, we will feel the pain at the initial stage, but I'm sure that the next 2-3 months, people will say, yes, I think we have a cleaner society, the movement is a bit freer. The way some of these keke operators and these shuttle buses, they don't even believe the shuttle buses are cars. Because you queue up where you have traffic, the shuttle buses will line up their own, behaving as if theirs is not a vehicle, but they're on 4 wheels too. So I want to appeal to Enugu people. Let's give government a chance. Peter Mbah's government is a listening one. If for any reason we felt it's not working, I will be able to find a way to ameliorate the sufferings. That in no distant time, government will be able to rolling out about 2,000 cabs for electric motors for taxis within the urban. So just few routes that the buses and the keke will be asked to move out from now. They still serve the other routes.
Okay, listen, actually, I think this is a good point where we bring this conversation to an end. But to those who have been watching us and can be part of this conversation, but drop your comments on our platforms. Of course, the conversation continues on Facebook, it continues on YouTube, and you can do that at Freedom Square TV, and we'll be able to talk to you. Nama, thank you very much for your time.
I want to appreciate you and the Freedom Square TV crew for the good jobs you people are doing, helping the people and helping the government, trying to you now bring us together to have a meeting. Tell us what they are saying, and then they hear out from government.
Yes, that's what you just
I pray that they will give the government the benefit of that, and equally pray for the man in authority, even as the Bible enjoined us to pray for those in authority, so that he will not get drilled. He will continue focused with the people-oriented programs he have for the people of Enugu State, and all of us will be better for it. Thank you.
Yes, and finally to those who are watching us, remember Beyond the Headlines continues to bring you very unbiased, in-depth analysis of the stories shaping our lives. I'm still Lucia Nasrullah again. Until tomorrow or the next episode, stay informed, stay engaged, and stay safe.